Stadium in Nashville. The postseason rolls on, and these two teams try to finish on the right note in the Music City Bowl. It's the Oregon State Beavers and the San Jose State Spartans. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. We are keeping an eye on the weather in this one. Holly Rowe has the latest.
I can tell you on the field, we could not ask for better conditions this late in the season. It is a gorgeous day for college football here in this bowl game. I'm expecting both offenses to open it up and air it out. Perfect conditions. The field is in great shape. I'll keep you posted on just how things develop here on the field. Guys?
We'll see if they can handle the weather in this game. So San Jose State's offense will get first crack at it here. And there he is, this senior wide receiver. He's gritty, great attention to detail, solid hands. He'll have to be accounted for in this passing attack.
It's pretty amazing when you watch this offense because they're not very talented. They're average, quite honestly, a lot of spots, except the guy at wide receiver, David. He is elite. And today on offense, everything should go through him.
And when you've got one of those guys, you've got a chance, right? One guy that puts fear in the defense. And I love that we continue to see guys have real success at smaller levels, right? It's not just the power four. These are guys that end up getting plucked and go to the next level. You can still be a burner and still have that great speed and route running and develop. And this guy has, and he is one of the best players on he actually is the best player on this team, and he is option number 1 for the squad.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time, it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
Trying to squeak through the pile. So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42.
Every offensive coordinator in the country, they come in the game, they have a script. They have a couple plays they want to go through to get their team settled in, get down and get in good third down situations, execute on third down. Nice start on this opening drive by the offense.
Dropping back, it's Weaver. It's dropped after taking the hit.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Tight end now in motion. Running inside. It's Bates. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Oh, pressure's coming. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
The Beavers offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. And Jesse, if they have to look to their big tight end in the passing game, that could open the door to some struggles.
I mean, he has to be the go-to because he is their best weapon. This is not a dynamic passing attack with guys on the outside with speed, take the top off of defense, catch posts and goes. A lot of it goes through this tight end. So it's getting to the sticks, working open in zone coverage, being that reliable target for the quarterback. That's going to be important in this one.
No doubt. So that starts with great hands, contested catches, using that big frame to catch those intermediate passes, move the sticks, really be the go-to guy in this offense.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. They'll send the back in motion. Right side, it's Newberry. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game. But when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Out wide They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And the Beavers with the 1st and 10. Out wide right, it's Nolan. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Short completion on 1st down, and here they are with 2nd and 8. Moving the pocket, it's Murphy. Going downfield for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep ones.
It's caught downfield. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31.
Love the accurate throw by the quarterback there. Curl route against man coverage. You got to put that right into the body of the wide receiver who's running back towards you. Nice job executing it, and they pick up the 1st.
The Beavers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Wants to throw on 1st. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. So the big gain, all for naught, brought back due to the laundry on the field, and they'll try it again. From the gun, it's McMillan. Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this 1st drive.
The Beavers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. On the ground, it's Newberry. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3. It's been a defensive battle through the 1st period, and the stats tell that tale. Still looking for our 1st score of the game as we start the 2nd quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. On play action. Caught. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short.
Oh, you know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the 1st? Or can you just stretch out and get the 1st down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the 1st. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted to 4th down to keep the drive going.
I'm not a huge analytics guy, but on 4th and 1, if you're going to get pushed like that from your own line, I say go for it every time.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And into the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oregon State! The best way I can think of to describe this cat, he's like a human get-out-of-jail-free card. He'll make it work no matter the circumstance.
And so as a defense, Reese, I mean, you've got to be aware of what this guy is doing at all times. I mean, if he's not just staying in the pocket and he takes off, you've got to have bodies flying to the football and stop worrying about these wide receivers because this guy's dangerous with his legs.
Getting ready for the extra point after the 1st score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The San Jose State offense is back on the field. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard down 7-0. Oh, he's got some space. It's a fumble. That is a serendipitous turn of events with the fumble going out of bounds. They'll maintain possession. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Off play action on first down. The sure hands, it's Bates. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And it's a really good job by the quarterback, man. You run the play action, you want to take a shot. Nice job taking the check down. Running back does the rest and chews up some yardage.
The Spartans, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. They'll send the tight end in motion. Moves the pocket. It's Weaver. They're all over him. And they got it.
I personally love aggressive defense. I love it. Bringing the strong safety down, blitzing that sucker in there to get the quarterback. Boom. Get that guy on the ground. Nice aggressive play call by the defense.
Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. Here he goes. And they get to him early, and he'll be knocked down for a loss of 4. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Bought a little time, lets it go. Right side, it's Bates.
Good play call on defense. Third down in that situation, you're just playing a big zone. You want everybody having their eyes on the quarterback, playing in their areas, and you want them rallying to the football. As soon as that running back caught the ball, they all came screaming in. They were able to make the tackle and now set up fourth.
And the Spartans will try to pin them back with the punt. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. They bring the punter onto the field now. He'll go back to work and punt it away for the second time. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play. The goalpost breathing down their neck as they're backed up in their own end, starting the drive from their own 1. Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. The run inside. It's McMillan. Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
The Beavers using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. 3rd and short, they've got them back up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. Looking for a man. It's Murphy. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. Brought down at the 31. It is a first down.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
And the Beavers will snap it on 1st and 10. Fires to the wideout. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. Out wide right, it's McMillan. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one.
And running backs who can add to the passing game, they can be so dangerous because once they get the catch, they're operating in much more open space than they would be on a handoff. And it really also tests the linebackers' coverage ability and those DBs' tackling ability.
Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Grab, go to the middle. It's Thomas. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a first down here late in the half.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
The Beavers come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. Tight end finds a soft spot. Open space at the 25. He'll be stopped just outside the 20 at the 21 in the waning moments here in the first half. Timeout is called, and that will be the second charge to Oregon State. To the air, it's Murphy. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Good, right down the boulevard. And that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the move from inside his 5. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Reese, we figured we might get a Music City Bowl that would have social media buzzing, and through 2 quarters of football, indeed, that's the case. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the Music City Bowl.
The Spartans will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Here comes the Beaver offense ready to go. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Beavers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Gonna run it. It's Newberry. knocked down immediately.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. Looking downfield, it's Murphy. Unloads to the wideout. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be fourth down.
And look, I know this offense made some adjustments at halftime, and they couldn't wait to get back out on the field and try to generate a score. But their defense is playing lights out. So to me right now, this is a no-brainer. After the incompletion on third, just punt it away and let your defense eat.
Hunt is on its way. He'll try to make the catch in traffic, and he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. Guys, this San Jose State offense trying to get this ball moving. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run the guys, and get them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Going with the counter play here. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again. Get it to their running back. Try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
Second down, gonna throw it. That's caught. It's McClure. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Back to throw, it's Weaver. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down.
And both of these defenses, man, they've been so good. They've been physical. They've been great tackling, limiting explosive plays. But it's these type of plays right here, when it's kind of a 50-50, 60-40, where the offense has to make the play, the defense has been consistently winning in this football game.
And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. Here comes the Oregon State offense to get this drive started. First play of this drive. Holds on, it's Hampton. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Take the profit, right? Pitch and catch. Defense in zone coverage. Receivers got some access. Just spit it out to him. Let him catch it, advance, and get what he can get.
4 wide out set, 2 by 2 on 2nd and 5. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Nolan. They'll get him stopped at the 18, and this offense creates a little space with the first down. Two running backs alongside the quarterback. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's McMillan. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run him again. Taken down.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Murphy. Fires to the wideout. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
And the Beavers will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Going to field this one in tight quarters. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. Play action on 1st down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And this is one of the things that makes this defense so tricky is they've got incredible speed at the inside linebacker position. Not only can they go sideline to sideline and run east-west, but they can run downhill on blitzes, and they can get to your quarterback.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. That's the end of the period, and Oregon State has the lead. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Our final quarter is on deck, and it looks as if they are ready to go. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. The throw on 2nd down, and they need a lot. Grab behind the line. It's Bates. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And I think that's a built-in play for this offense. You saw the pressure immediately get to the quarterback on 1st down. You get him sacked. Well, how do you slow down the pass rush? You run the screen game. You invite those guys upfield, let them run by, and then you throw it over their heads. So a lot of times this is about controlling that pass rush and not letting them pin their ears back on the quarterback.
They make the tackle at the 33, and it is well short of the 1st down. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Turns upfield. Turning it on. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy 1st down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate, easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Timeout taken by the Spartans, their first of 3. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Looking to throw, it's Weaver. Got it. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
Finds his big tight end. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Fresh set of downs going up top. Right side, it's Riley. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
I love having guys that have the ability to make something happen after they catch it. Simple hitch route, right? Okay, give me some extra yards. Get me a first down after the play. Nice job by the wide receiver.
And the Spartans have it with a 1st and 10. Makes the grab. It's McClure. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
First job for the QB a lot of times. Look at those safeties. Is it man or is it zone? Nice job. You could tell right away. He saw it was zone, understood where to go with the football, and that's why this offense had a positive gain right away.
Trying to get behind the defense. Left side is Bates. Defense is there to make the stop, and he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
Well, where was that play when they needed it earlier in this game, right? I mean, they've just had no pulse offensively. They have not been able to threaten this defense at all, throwing it or running it, and they make a great play there, but, man, this game's almost over. That's too late.
Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Wants to throw, it's Weaver. Trying to barrel in. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
And they'll come to the line and try to draw a little bit closer on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Chucked it away just as he was hit. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And that's the way to finish things up for the season for this defense. A big turnover to cap a bowl victory.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Hits inside. It's McMillan. Breaks into the open. Timeout is called. The clock stopped with 26 seconds left.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback take a knee.